From the gymnasium inside the JCC, you're watching a special episode of In the Bleachers, the TV show for the world's most passionate sports fans. Hello everyone, I'm Jaime Hixson. Usually you see me here with my dear friend Hector Boza, either in the studio or on the phone. Hector's got the night off so he can recover from his many maladies. So hopefully he'll be able to join us next week. As you could probably tell because of the setting and nature of tonight's show, we're not taking phone calls, but you could still see reruns of past shows on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And you can also contact us on Instagram and Snapchat. Now, tonight we've got one of the most intriguing shows that you may have seen. Our dear friends at the Shoot for Success basketball camp were kind enough to invite us into the gym. And today we're going to be talking to a couple of the members of the camp. And we're also going to be talking to two young prospects who could be the next great stars in the game of basketball. And we're also going to be talking to a young man who has used basketball to overcome quite a set of odds that have faced him in his life. So we're going to take a quick time out and we're going to be right back, so stick around. we have probably one of the most intriguing young men to ever make his way onto a basketball court. His name is Luciano Gaudio, and also joining us is his mom, Kathy. This is really nice meeting you two. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
Wonderful. The pleasure is all ours. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
How would you best describe Luciano both as a person and as a basketball player?
That's simple. He's a miracle. He is not supposed to be where he is today, and we have a lot of people to thank for his success, mostly himself because of his hard work, but he is nothing short of a miracle.
Tell me from the very beginning about Luciano's situation.
Well, when Luciano was born, he was delayed, and he was eventually diagnosed with a learning disability, which is a delay, and we had to have early intervention, which included 5.5 hours a day of therapy, 5 days a week, when he was 2 years old. From there, he went to the Volunteers of America Early Learning Center. They are wonderful people, and they actually, laid the foundation work for his ability to learn. He never complains. He just fought through everything. From there, he was mainstreamed in the second grade to St. Anne's. Again, wonderful people that understood that he learns a little differently. But he can only go as far as people believed he could go. And because of all these people that believed that he could succeed, he did.
I have to ask you, after everything that you have been through, how would you best describe what has turned out in your life up to now?
Well, through hard work and determination, for everyone that could learn something from me, it would just be to follow your dream and keep working hard, and you can achieve anything you put your heart to.
Do you have any memories of how things went for you in your younger days? And if so, how would you best describe them?
They were very difficult, but through my parents and the Shoot for Success program, I just kept working hard, and I trusted them a lot. And through all that, all their information they gave me and advice, I've kept doing it, and then I just got better. And now I'm the person I am today. I couldn't have done it without them, though.
Shoot for Success has been really instrumental in this young man's development, not just on the court, but off the court. What have you taken away from that experience that you've been able to apply and that he's been able to apply today?
Well, Shoot for Success, Gerard Moseley and his entire staff, they're so much more than basketball coaches and trainers. They really do believe in the kids, and they don't treat every kid the same way. They actually apply what is needed for each and every child to succeed, and that's why Shoot for Success is so incredibly successful. They looked at Luciano, they knew what he needed, they never got frustrated with him. If they had to do the same drill 50 times with him, they did, because they knew that he would eventually get it. Luciano is the kind of child that needs constant encouragement. If you yell at him, it's just not going to help, and they understood that. But more than that, they understood that us as a family, the struggles that we were going through, and they've just been so supportive. And, Luciano mentioned trust. He trusts Jerry and his staff implicitly, and so do we. And without trust, you can't succeed. And when no one else really believed in him, they did. And that is why he's the incredible player that he is today.
How did you first learn about Jerry and his camp?
Gerard Moseley was recommended to us, I think, when Luciano was about 8 years old. And we didn't first start out with the camp because we thought maybe Luciano was a little shy. So we did a couple of privates with Jerry, and we just saw his wonderful demeanor And the people, the positive people that were around him, his sister Gloria and all his sons and all of the wonderful people. And we said, wow, these are genuine people. These are people that we think that Luciano would take a liking to. And sure enough, he did. And so here we are 10 years later, and Luciano is a part of their family now. And, you know, we are too.
Tell me about the day you discovered basketball and what it's done for you.
Ever since I've joined Shoot for Success, I loved basketball because Coach Jerry and the staff gave me a lot of confidence, and whatever my dream would be in my basketball career, they were going to follow me no matter what it was going to be, playing in high school, college, or even playing it to be good. But they gave me confidence, and they followed my dream to whatever I wanted to achieve. So that's why I think I've become successful, and I could show others that if you really put your mind and heart to something, you could do whatever you put your mind to and whatever your heart desires.
One thing that we know about Jerry is he is quite the teacher, in addition to being a really, really good camp counselor. But what is the one thing that he taught you that you've been able to apply to yourself on and off the court?
To be a good role model on and off the court, and also to have trust and patience, and also to believe in yourself and always have confidence in yourself no matter anything you do.
Now, I have to ask you about your game. We've seen some video of you, and you can really push the ball up the floor like a good natural point guard. How would you best describe yourself on the court?
I can find myself as a good leader on and off the court, encouraging, thanks to Coach Jerry, what they've taught me at a young age. And I try to be very positive to teammates, because back then when I was younger, the Shoot for Success program was very positive to me. So I thought that if I was positive to my teammates and others, I think it would benefit them as well.
Tell us how far you are along in school.
Definitely a lot better from when I was younger. I struggled drastically. It was very sad, but I really put my mind into it, working very hard, just like in basketball, in school as well. And I'm getting better and better, and I'm fitting in with my class now, and everything's running smoothly.
Are you still playing the game at all, and if so, where?
Yes, I'm playing basketball. We just ended our season with CNC Prep. We lost in the quarterfinals, but I'm still playing basketball, just to stay in shape. I'm looking forward to playing college as well.
Have you decided on which college you want to go to?
Not sure, but still looking.
I'm pretty sure that any college that shows interest is going to want to offer you a scholarship to play, because seeing you out in the court, you can really make someone's team better. That is for sure. How proud are you of this young man from the beginning until now?
You know, it's funny because, people say that God doesn't always give you what you want, but he gives you what you need. And having Luciano as a son, it's been a humbling experience for us all, because we have a tendency to complain. We complain, as they say, with 2 loaves under each arm. And whenever I want to give up, or whenever I get frustrated, I look at Luciano and I say, how dare I? He struggles with everything. He struggled to tie his shoes when he was little, to sip from a straw. I mean, there wasn't anything that this kid could do correctly the first time. But he's the happiest, most positive person I've ever met. And that takes encouragement. Mm-hmm. But it also shows you what kind of character he has. He really just doesn't give up. And I don't know that I would have been as patient as he was. I think he's a much better person than I certainly am. So to say that I'm proud is really an understatement. But he decided to push himself this year, and as he mentioned, he played for CNC Prep, which, by the way, is Jerry Moseley's brother-in-law, Donald McCombs, so we kept it in the family. And he actually played, it's a college prep team. He played against all colleges and junior colleges. And at the end of the season, my son was the only one from the team that was awarded the college all-star ranking.
Amazing.
And he's in high school. So, as I said, a child can only go as far as you believe that he can go. So the sky really is the limit.
Before Shoot for Success, had you been a sports fan at all?
I'm a huge basketball fan. Street ball, college ball, I grew up with it. And so I encouraged Luciano to play a sport because his life was such a struggle. I wanted him to be able to enjoy something, let off some steam, make some friends, just have some comrades. And I love a team sport. It really is a brotherhood. And his boys support him on and off the court. And he does the same. It's really a beautiful thing. It is.
Do you have a favorite player that you like to check out?
Russell Westbrook.
Naturally.
Because he's tough. I like tough people.
I have to ask, do you have a favorite ball player that you like to check out on television or even in person?
My favorite player is Damian Lillard, and I like him a lot because he's very underrated and he's very humble, and I find that very interesting. And he just keeps playing, doesn't let the crowd get to him, doesn't let outside fans get to him. He just plays the basketball because of his passion. I like that a lot.
Do you know how blessed you are to have him as a son?
Oh, incredibly blessed. And I think that everyone that's in his life are blessed, and we're blessed to have so many wonderful people in our lives as well, because it truly took a village to raise him. No one could do it on their own. It took a village, and we have one heck of a village around us.
Kathy, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Luciano,
Thank you so much.
thank you so much for teaching us all about overcoming obstacles and achieving dreams.
Thank you so much for having me. And one thing I could say, life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the number one 8th grade prospect in the country, and she plays right here on Staten Island. Her name is Nicole Melius, and we're very happy to also be joined by her father, Daniel. It's really great meeting you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Interesting. You're only 13 years old, correct? Yet you've gotten so much attention in the basketball circle right now. What's your state of mind knowing that every single fan and even coach is checking you out right now?
I just got to keep working hard and playing good so they keep coming and watching me.
Where do you attend school now?
St. Teresa.
Tell me about the program at St. Teresa.
It's really good. I like all the coaches there and I have fun.
Care to drop a name on some of the coaching staff over there?
Azim Wilkerson and John Toohey and Tom Tibbs.
Now, tell me about St. Teresa's season. How did you ladies do, and where do you think you'll be going next?
We were the undefeated champions this year, and I think we'll do the same next year.
Congratulations to you. From what I understand, you're already getting offers from certain colleges, yet you haven't even made it to high school yet. I mean, what's your state of mind knowing that there are major programs that have already shown interest in you?
I'm very happy about that because I like all the attention. I keep playing better and better every game, and they keep coming back.
Is there a particular school that you like to watch on television?
Notre Dame.
Definitely Notre Dame. And they just recently won the national championship, and something tells me that I could definitely see you wearing an Irish jersey playing for Muffet McGraw down the road, but that's definitely down the road because there's still some issues that need to be worked out right now. What is your state of mind seeing how this young girl has progressed from the time she first picked up a ball up until now?
When she first picked up the ball, it wasn't pretty. She would come down to shoot for success with Gerard Moseley with her arm sleeve headbands. She came for a while and then stopped. And then she went to Taekwondo for like 3-4 years. Got a second-degree black belt. And then over the course of time, wanted to go back to basketball. And then when she got to like, I guess 9, she got very serious about it. And then we went to a few showcases, and she really did well. And her work ethic really picked up, and just kept taking off from there.
You had quite the career yourself playing the game. How about telling everyone about your basketball background?
Nowhere near her. What I did, I played high school. As I was about to say, I played Division III basketball. I coached high school for 10 years in Staten Island. It was, I'm not getting recruited, or I never did, by the place that are looking at her already at such a young age. It's amazing.
Do you still follow the game itself when you're not too busy following her? And if so, who are some of the teams or players that you like to check out?
Like she said, we're big into Notre Dame women's basketball. Marina Mabry plays for Notre Dame. Nicole works out with her sister, Dara Mabry, who got the Gatorade Player of the Year in New Jersey, and Nicole worked out with Marina and Michaela Mabry, so we know them very well. And a good friend of ours who is from Shoot Success, Kyle McElharney, he graduated from Notre Dame, and he works out with Nicole as well in the summer. So, and she actually got a pair of game shorts from Notre Dame that she got from Marina Mabry. So, we do follow the Notre Dame team because it started with Kyle and down to the Mabrys now.
This is really interesting because Notre Dame has really drawn a great following, not just in the state of Indiana, but here in the New York area and all across the world. But what is it about the New York market that is so attractive to Notre Dame and vice versa?
I think just the mystique of Notre Dame. I mean, once Kyle got there, he opened the doors for a lot of people. I mean, he was the first one in this area that got there. And I think, he paved the way in terms of that, in terms of the New York market, I think for Staten Island especially. Once Kyle got there, I think it was, okay, it's reachable for other people. And I think that's what she sees between Kyle and the Mabrys, that, something like that is attainable from someone in your own hometown. So I think that's why she does look up to Kyle so much.
Those are some really impressive names that he dropped just moments ago. What's it like working out with those stars?
It's really interesting, actually, because I like to learn from them since they already got to the high level of basketball.
Are there any female players that you like to model your game after, or that you like to check out either on television or in the gym? And if so, who would they be?
Diana Taurasi.
Someone who's carved out such an outstanding career at UConn and in the WNBA. What do you feel is the next level for this young lady, aside from the obvious?
I think, keep doing what she's doing, and athletically, everyone says, got to keep working on her athleticism, her quickness, her speed, which we do. I think the next level is just, high school and, go from there. Keep improving. Like, Jerry knows, she knows. We don't take it, we don't look, in the future. It's day by day. Like, he said, other people said, Kyle said, make sure you're better, today than you were yesterday. And that's kind of the approach we take. Every day she does 3, 4, 5 workouts. Every day. And that's the approach we take. It's one day at a time.
Just out of curiosity, what's your state of mind knowing that she's already gotten offers from other colleges, really strong colleges?
I mean, I tell her the same thing. Whatever's coming in now, you want to keep them coming in. So you can't stop working. It's got, everything you've gotten to this point, keep working harder. Like when you're running stuff, we tell her, you made this time yesterday. Let's cut it back by 3 more seconds. Azim Wilkerson does a great job with that with her. His brother Isaiah, who plays pro ball, works out with Jerry's son Matt. But again, it's always improving upon what we did yesterday. Never just, I did this yesterday, let's keep the same time. Always getting better.
Guys, congratulations to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Continued success. Hope to see you in the big time soon. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
They are just turning out prospects like the assembly line at General Motors turns out cars. We've got another hot prospect over here. His name is Jaden James, and he was really kind to take time out from the camp to join us. It's really nice meeting you. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good.
Tell me about your time here at Shoot for Success. What have you been able to pick up, and what are some of the other things that you've learned?
Basically, Jerry has taught me how to basically shoot the 3-ball and shoot from long range, and it's helped me develop my game.
What makes a really good shooter? Not just from short range, but from 25 and beyond.
Probably his mechanics and most important, his confidence. Like, if he knows he could shoot from that far, he'll probably make it.
Did he teach you the form on how to correctly shoot the ball? And if so, can you show us how your technique is?
Yes, he did show me. He's still yelling at me from how to do stuff right, but I've come a long way.
Tell me about what you're doing in school now. Where do you attend school?
I attend school at St. Teresa,
And what grade are you in?
8th.
You're in 8th grade. I understand you've already gotten quite a bit of attention from a few colleges. What's it like for you, getting so much attention from the public?
Basically, I mean, it's nice. You get a lot of attention, but it's all about making it in school for me. Like grades first, basketball second, but it's important.
Is that something that Gerald also stressed to you, your performance in the classroom?
Yeah, he during the camp he would give us homework to make sure we didn't like slack off in school.
If you could give some advice to a young prospect about whether they should consider Shoot for Success, what would you tell them?
Absolutely, it takes you a long way. I went from someone who was not that good, from Jerry teaching me how to do multiple things, and now I'm not gonna say amazing. I still have a long way to go, but I'm pretty good.
Is there a particular team that you like to check out, or a particular player that you like to check out on television, or maybe live in the arena?
In NBA or college?
Both.
In college, I like Mikal Bridges. I like him for he just won the national championship. He plays a lot, he plays good on-ball defense. He plays for his team. He really fills the role of what they need. And for NBA, I would probably say Kawhi Leonard. I like his humbleness, and I like his basically defense as well.
It's really been nice chatting with you. Good luck to you. Thank you so much for your time. Continued success to you, sir.
Thank you.
Our dear, dear friend, Gerard Moseley, who's a longtime counselor at Shoot for Success, is here with us. It's great to see you again. How have you been?
Been great, man. You know, just working hard, staying busy.
It seems like every time we make our way over to the gym, there's always a large group of kids that are either playing the game or taking tips from you guys. What does that say about your camp, that so many kids are just eager to learn about the game from you?
That's all credit to my father. I mean, he's been doing this for so many years that the following that we have, you know, that we gained in a couple years, I guess, 10 or 20 years, it's amazing. Because, I see the kids come, and they come from 4 or 5 years old to high school to college. So, just seeing them grow and develop is amazing, honestly. Just seeing people develop into great basketball players and just even great people in general, because we don't just teach basketball. We teach all type of personality and teachable moments. And that's the fun part for me and my father. I know it's not just basketball. We want to see them really become better people at the end of the day.
I'm curious to know more about some of the things that you teach these kids, both about basketball and about life. Let's start with the life portion of the camp. What are some of the things that you stress to these young kids that they must take home with them?
Well, one thing is respect. You have to have respect for yourself, you have to have respect for others, and respect for the game. That's one of the main things we teach here. It's not just the skills portion of it, but we teach how to look people in the eyes, and you have a coach in front of you. You have to respect them, look them in the eyes, and give them all your attention and all your effort. You put your best foot forward, And and you're not in this alone. So you have teammates with you. So you have to make sure you respect them and make sure you give them, the support that they might be giving, and vice versa to you. They're giving you love. You got to show love back. You got to make sure that you're a good sport at all times. You're not going to be. We don't bring up cocky players. We don't bring up people that's real selfish and just do for self on the court. We have we establish teamwork and we show you that basketball is life. So we show you can apply everything we do on the court in real life. Teamwork. You got to do the same thing in a working environment. You got to do the same thing in school when you have a project. So you can apply a lot of things on the court to real life, like so easily. It's so crazy how you can.
Now tell me about the basketball portion of the camp. The game itself has grown so much in the last 35 years or so. It's now become a global game. But with all the glamour that people see, there are still some things that need to be learned about the game. What are some of the things about the game that the kids must learn?
See, but the thing is, a lot of people get past the basics, and they don't even learn the basics first. You might have people be very athletic or, fast and or skilled in certain genres of the game, but as far as knowing to keep your hand up and follow through, that's our main thing we say. We follow through. We shoot a jump shot, keep the follow through up, and that's one of the main mottos, that's shooting for success, because you have to make sure that, your follow through is up every time you shoot the ball. Consistency. And, a lot of kids go off of just, doing whatever. Every play, every game, and it's not really consistent. They don't really know how they shot. They're just kind of throwing it up there, and if the ball goes in the net, they're satisfied. No, there's actually a protocol for this if you want to be the best. You have to do it this way, consistently, and that's the main thing we try to do. That's our regimen. Make sure you understand that, it's a pattern in things to how you do things, You got to be consistent with it.
You give so much credit to your dad.
Oh, I have to.
All the time. In regards to starting the camp and how things are run. When you look back at the beginnings and how it's evolved until now, what's your state of mind?
Honestly, the state of mind is a lot of pressure because, like I said, I talk about my father all the time, but now that he's aging, and I'm getting up there also, I understand that this is a business that needs to keep going, and who better than his sons to do it? He has Matt, he has me, most people that run Shoot for Success is all family, because we try to keep it family oriented, because everybody in the family has some type of knowledge of basketball. But it's just amazing that he's been going for so long, and now he implemented a structure of basketball with me, and I can do the same thing. Sometimes I hear myself when I scream. I hear him through myself, like, oh my gosh, I sound like my father so much. It gets crazy, and he hears it too, like, Jermaine, you're really starting to get, good at this, so you need to focus and do what you got to do, go to school for this. I'm, trying to make sure I'm all the way qualified to be in his position when one day he wants to sit down and relax and retire fully, because he's a retired man now, but he does this out of the love for the game and the love for the students of the game. So, when he's, actually, in the lazy boy chair, at that type of old man, I should be able to take over for him and say, Dad, I got this from here, and we should be good. So it's just seeing it. I was 4 years old, running around with him, and now I'm 31. Wow. And it's been an honor working with him. I can't mention it enough.
Let's talk about those humble beginnings. How did it begin, and how did you get the name Shoot for Success?
Honestly, he thought of that name on his own. He always wanted to implement some type of positive slogan where you can't get it twisted. You can't, we're not trying to be too cool with the slogan where everybody's gonna be drawn to it. It's just bottom line. We're shooting for success, in everything that we do. So I don't necessarily know where he came from. He probably was praying and God just gave it to him while he was brainstorming, because I honestly don't know. But I know when it happened, it just seemed like it was perfect and it was right. And it took over. It took off ever since.
It's really great to see you again.
It was good seeing you again, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for inviting us today. I always say that the weather's cold outside, but I can't help but feel a sense of warmth because God has really watched over us and provided us with some warmth.
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
No problem,
Continued
man.
success and good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
He is the brainchild behind Shoot for Success, my dear friend, Jerry Moseley. It's really wonderful seeing you again. How are you today?
Thank you for having me. Having us, Shoot for Success program. We appreciate all the support you give us. I'm good today.
We are so honored to support you, and we are so honored to be here on this wonderful, wonderful day. It's always a great day for basketball, but I must digress. One thing that I've learned about you in the time that I've known you, you seem to be a really humble gentleman, especially when it comes to the way you run your program and the way you deflect credit for the way you've run that program. Why?
Well, I mean, it's something that my parents instilled in me, and God. You know, God is, give Him all the glory. And I learned that, and I'm very close to God and understanding that it's not all about me. It's all about helping people, being kind and sacrifice. And it really made a big difference in my life, especially the last couple of years that I've been. I picked between my mother passing away, my father passing away, and I really understand what they really instilled in us. And I say, I mean, I've been doing it for all my life, but I really, the God came so close to me now, and I'm so close to Him that it makes me realize that no, I have to do more. I have to push more for kids, for families, whoever it may be. Me being humble. I take great pride in that when somebody says that about myself, So I love life. I'm happy, and I enjoy this game of basketball. I enjoy the Shoot for Success program and how much it has grown in the last few years. I mean, it's been 20 years now, but in the last few years with the great support and the staff and the team that we have, it's making a huge difference, and I couldn't be more happier. The coaching staff that they have. We have about 14 to 15 people on the coaching staff that are great people. They're life coaches, just like same as myself. It's just an amazing feeling to be a part of this.
Quite a few kids have mentioned you by name regarding some of the things that you've taught them, not just about the game, but about life in general. When you learn about the praise that these kids give you, how does that make you feel?
Oh, I mean, listen, there's nothing better in life when people actually acknowledge you and say that you made a difference in their life or you did something to make them a better person, a better player, a better person, whatever it may be. So, I mean, it's just a great feeling. But like I said, I give God all the glory, that's been going on in my life, and to touch other people's lives. It's a beautiful feeling. It is a beautiful feeling.
Tell me about some of the players that have made their way into the camp. Would there be any names that Staten Island basketball fans would know that attended this camp?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of names. I don't know where to start. I mean, I know people always say to me, well, how come you don't talk about some of these guys that came through the camp? And I can name a few, if it's boys or girls, in between Zaire Taylor, who's my nephew, Kyle McElhenney, who's been very, very big in Staten Island. Even Doug Elwell, he's a very well-known person on Staten Island. He also owns his own training program now. He's a coach at Wagner High School. But some of them, like Kyle McElhenney, is a leading scorer in the Staten Island history of Staten Island, leading basketball man scorer. Kristen Olsen, Kelsey Carey, leading scorer in Staten Island girls history. Mm-hmm. She's the leading scorer. I wish I could, and I hope I don't get offended that I leave so many people out. But I just can't. Sometimes I forget all the people that I've been through the program because it's been 20 years, and there's some great players. There's great people. There's great parents. We've been at this beautiful JCC building here on Manor Road for a lot of years now. Maybe could be 10 years more. I can't even remember. You do it over and over. You don't even realize how many times you do it over, how many years have been over. But the JCC facility that we have our own summer basketball camp here, Shoot for Success basketball camp, along with the JCC. We have clinics every Sunday and Tuesdays, 10-week program for kids at the JCC program, the South Shore and the North Shore. We have Shoot for Success has a program, holiday clinics. Right now we're into one of our holiday clinics is the Easter clinic, 3-day clinic, and turned out very beautiful. But we constantly, do so many things that I go through so many kids. And like I said, we have programs in other parts, New Jersey, Oceanport, New Jersey, Monmouth, New Jersey, Red Bank, New Jersey, West Windsor, New Jersey. So we have expanded. We have expanded so much that it's a great feeling. And you couldn't ask for a better situation as a person that keeps me. I feel it keeps me young. And not that maybe my body, but I feel like I go through so many kids at times that I get kids that I haven't seen in 20 years, and they're bringing their children or their grandkids to me. And it's like saying, "Oh, listen, we didn't know you're still here, doing basketball." So I get some grandkids of some of the kids, So it's a nice feeling.
Looking back at the very beginning, when this camp started, I think there might be a reason why you chose Shoot for Success as a title for this camp, because it seems like you've turned out one success story after another, whether they've made it into the pros or whether they've still been able to make it as productive members of the Staten Island community. How does that make you feel, seeing all these one-time prospects of yours become successful in one way or another?
Wow. Yeah, well, that's a great feeling. I look at some of these, even additional, like you said, how many kids came through the Shoot for Success program are now high school coaches, college coaches. There's dozens of them that are here on Staten Island alone. Some are coaches, college coaches, someplace in Manhattan or Brooklyn or someplace else, like down south. But they're achieving things. And I'm not saying it's just because of Shoot for Success, but they came through this program, and we inspired people to say, wow, I have the love and passion for this game. And that's one thing we do try to bring to the table. Along with that life coaching, we make you love the game. We make you feel like you're part of this, is having fun, and you can go another level because you have the confidence that was building up in you, how you were taught to do things in basketball and life, and the feeling is just overwhelming. I look back every day, I say, wow, and I meet people every day, and they say, wow, Coach, remember me? I said, yeah, I remember you, but wow, it's a long time ago, and some people I do forget because I have maybe not many times with them, but it's just amazing, some of the people that come up to me and say things, what you taught me, remember this and remember that. A lot of things I don't remember because, I just do what I do. I love what I do.
Now, tell me about your own sports background. How did you start, and where did you take your athletic prowess to?
Well, I started, I started when I was a young kid in Manners Harbor. I'm from Manners Harbor, and I was born, I believe, in Sandy Ground. My family's been in Staten Island since the 1800s, mid-1800s. So we have a long history on Staten Island, but we moved to Manners Harbor when I was about 2 years old. And believe me, when I started playing basketball probably around 4 or 5 years old in the park. And that's what we did. We played all day in the park. Then we had some great teachers in PS 44 between Mr. Bruno, Mr. Anarumo, Mr. Chicago. and many more. Mr. Albert Quinn, who was an assistant principal at the time that had programs for us to play basketball, had after-school programs, and it inspired us to say, oh wow, this game is great, and it's not just. It wasn't just basketball. It was all kind of sports, softball, kickball. We did all this in after-school programs, and we made a lot of friends. I have friends today that I know them since they're 2 years old, and we're still best friends. There's about 5 of us, 6 of us, 7 of us that we still go golfing together. That we meet up. There's some of them in Florida, some of them in Virginia, but we still are the best friends. Since we're 2 and 3 years old. So the game has brought. The sports alone has brought so much into my life, and friendship. It's a great feeling that so much has come out of this because we learned to love and have passion for the game. For sports. We played. I was a baseball player when I was younger. I was mainly a baseball player, and I probably played baseball better than I did play basketball. I did. And I played baseball for a lot of years because my father played baseball. My father was a professional player in the Negro Leagues, and so he taught us baseball. He did, we did play basketball, but baseball was our main sport, my main sport, and we played football, a little bit of football, but baseball was the main thing that we did. So I have a very athletic family, my family, everybody since I started teaching basketball, everybody who came to my family, family members, I have taught them, everybody in my family, things. They have been through the program, and there's so many of my family members have excelled because of the Shoot for Success program, and not just me, because I have so many coaches that will reach out and help, So my family alone, between my son Jermaine, who already, you spoke to, you met for, my son Matthew. I do have a lot of sons because, I do have sons that came up because for the last 20 years, those kids have been out there in different situations that I have been gotten very close to, that some of them don't have fathers, some of them don't have families, and like that's what Shoot for Success does. We work with people, we love people, we care, we sacrifice. So I have people come from Africa that now are successful. That are now in Florida. They got a college scholarship. They graduated college. They would never done this, but we took them in, and we help support them. People come from the Bronx. People come from Slovakia that we have worked with. There's so many people. It's overwhelming because there's so many. After I think about it, I don't think about it all the time, but now I start thinking about, wow, all these people that we have been through this program. It's amazing, I had to wind up taking my status to. I have a for-profit, my basketball Shoot for Success, but I have a non-profit organization because I want to do more in the communities. I haven't done much with it, but I have my 501c3, and we're looking to do more things now in the community because we have so many staff that are community people that we can do more now. So we're looking to do more, in the community, even though we've been doing it for a lot of years, but we're looking to do more. Okay, so.
If there is one hope that you still want to be able to achieve, what would it be?
Oh, one hope that I wish I could achieve, if you really want to know, I really would love to get a Shoot for Success facility. Shoot for Success, our own facility that we can actually expand. We can do more community things, events. If it's educational wise, if it's different sports, not just basketball. If we can offer dance or music to other people in our own building, our own, we're looking to really expand and say, wow, okay, it's time to bring all the stuff, because I'm between being in Jersey and I live an hour and a half away. I live down in South Jersey, near Philadelphia, but I do travel around to all different parts of Jersey and Staten Island. I come to Staten Island 7 days a week. For the last 12 years, I've been coming here 7 days a week. It's wear and tear on me. I am, not young as I was, so I need to kind of like not run around so much. I need to let the staff, the Shoot for Success staff, actually handle more things. I let them do things. I mean, I allowed them to say, okay, they take charge, and they've been doing a great job handling things. But now it's time for me to step aside and say, okay, you guys, you do what you gotta do here. I love to watch them because they're all great coaches and great people and life coaches. So I do enjoy sitting back and saying, wow, look at that. I still learn from them. They learn a lot from me, but I learn from them watching them. And that's a pleasure. That's a joy, that to watch them and learn from them.
Absolutely. You've been a real great help for these kids, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, thank
it was
you.
wonderful to see you again.
Yeah.
Continued success,
Yes.
no pun intended. Good luck to you, and we certainly hope to see you again.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jamie. I really appreciate you coming and doing this. Once again, you came to our last event and all I do is people told me and said, wow, whoever did that on your organization last time did a great, amazing job. So once again, I know that we're in good hands with you.
Thank you so much again.
Okay. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we end this broadcast, I want to give a special word of thanks to everyone at Shoot for Success, specifically Jerry Moseley and his son Jermaine, for being so kind in inviting us into the gym to do this really, really intriguing story that we were able to show to you tonight. So we're going to bid you adieu. We hope to see you next Monday night. So for everyone here, I'm Jamie. We hope to see you soon. Good night.